Hey everyone, welcome to another Pioneer video here on Magic Arena. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and there's a link to my Ko-fi account in the description. So if you're able to support the channel that way, it is, as always, greatly appreciated. So today we are continuing our tour of the creature types of Lorwyn, and so we've done fairies, we've done elves, merfolk, and goblins, and the main one left, I think, of kind of the big creature types apart from Kithkin is elementals, so we are playing that today. And to be honest, this is the most like Lorwyn Eclipsed dot deck of the ones that we've run so far. I mean, for a start, we're running 16 Evoke Elementals, so we've got 4 copies of all of them except Catharsis. And in a deck like this, where you're using cards like Ashling or Omnath and Risen Reef to kind of ramp us into big mana, then kind of being able to cast these for their full mana cost is not kind of out of the question, and they act as very good kind of early interaction spells. So we've got no non-creature spells in the main deck because these primarily do that. So Vibrance is a land fetching evoke card as well as a removal spell. Wistfulness is card draw and removal. Emptiness is reanimation and removal, and Deceit is removal and hand disruption. So it's doing all kinds of things between the 16 evoke elementals that we've got. So yeah, and then later in the game, they can pretty much take over the game when we start hard casting them. Being elementals, we are running 4 copies of Omnath, Locus of Creation as well, some Risen Reef's Voice of Resurgences, so there are some cards which aren't from Lorwyn Eclipsed, but we do have Explosive Prodigy, which is a 1/1 for 2 with Vivid, and when it enters, it deals X damage to target creature an opponent controls, where X is the number of colours among permanents you control. With the elementals and with potentially Omnath, we're very easily going to hit 3 or 4, potentially 5 colours. So this is a pretty good removal spell, pinned to a 1/1 elemental. And then we're also running Ashlyn Rekindled, which is one of the transform creatures from Lorwyn. 1/3, when it enters, you can rummage, and then you can pay blue at the beginning of your main phase to turn it into Ashling Rhinebound, which adds mana, which allows you to cast more expensive spells. Anything from Omnath upwards allows us to kind of add an additional 1 mana. An additional 2, which when you transform it will be +1 mana because you paid 1 to make it happen. And then each main phase after that, it's +2 mana. So yeah, the only slight drawback I have with this card, and kind of the hesitation, is that it's the lands are a little unfriendly to it. Because the transform ability is a triggered ability, not an activated ability. You can't use the mana from Eclipsed Realms or Secluded Courtyard to cast it, so we are reliant on having something like a Starting Town or a Mana Confluence or one of our shock lands on the battlefield to be able to transform it. So sometimes we just might not be able to, depending on our mana mix. So yeah, that is worth bearing in mind. We're also a Kahira deck. If you saw the last video, I got debated by assuming that the opponent was playing Kahira, assuming that because they were playing Kahira, I mean they were playing Azorius Control, which led me to mulligan actually what would have been quite a good hand against an Elementals deck, so I got by that. So we may be able to do that to some opponents, because normally, up until this point, when you've seen Kahira, it's meant control. So yeah, that is worth bearing in mind, that some in-game ones, some opponents might keep or mulligan their hands wrongly, depending on what they think we're playing. Then in the sideboard, so again, more elementals. Like it's important to point out that nothing in our deck can't be cast using our kind of many 5-color lands of the creature type lands, because they're either an elemental or they're a colorless card. So we got Healer of the Glade and Baser, which are kind of anti-aggro cards. Ghost Vacuum, colourless, obviously, as a graveyard hate. Damping Sphere is good at shutting down certain decks in the format like Phoenix or Prowess, and then a couple of Sunder Flocks, which combine very nicely with all our elementals. Great tempo swing, often just a good finisher if the opponent's creatures are getting in our way. Obviously doesn't affect any of our own creatures. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It'll be interesting to see kind of where a deck that has in the main, let's see, it's 34 cards from Lorwyn Eclipsed. Maybe some more if you get. I mean, I probably don't count the shock lands as kind of new ones, but yeah, this is a very heavily Lorwyn based deck. Obviously, these Evoke Elementals are proving their worth and being very powerful, so it'll be interesting to see if they can keep up. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Just take it onto the ladder. Yep, this seems decent. Okay, the opponent's on an aggro deck, which might potentially prove to be a problem. So we'll start with Cavern of Souls. The opponent's almost certainly not got any counter magic, but a main deck Hexing Squelcher. Well, I think I need to get rid of that, so I think we're going to Vibrance, paying red. Ooh, interesting. Okay, well that's 5 more damage coming in. Yeah, this might be tough actually, just because if we could survive long enough to cast Omnath, which we could potentially do next turn actually if Ashling survives, I think we should try, because then we can Omnath and draw a land. So I'll ditch Unclaimed Territory, then play. I could play Starting Town here, but I don't want to lose the life, so I'm going to play Breeding Pool instead. No blocks. If our Ashling survives, we might be okay, because I can Omnath and then play land. Okay, so we'll pay the blue. Add green. Oh, it has to be the same colour, doesn't it? Is it the same colour? Oh, it's any one colour. Oops. Okay, well, that's a problem. Yeah, because now I have to... Yeah, no, it's not 2 different colours. Okay, right, that is worth bearing in mind, but... if I do survive another turn, which is possible now that I have some creatures, I can potentially play Deceit, so... let's see what they've got. A Robber of the Rich. Okay, they're going to steal the top card of my library. Okay, well, I'll block that. Block one of these, take 4. Ooh, Wistfulness is actually quite tempting here because I can exile that and do some card draw. Deceit also lets me look in their hand, I suppose, but I think we'll cast Wistfulness this turn. So we'll go blue, blue. Then we'll play land. Play Risen Reef first. Yeah, then we'll play Wistfulness. Shame I didn't hit a land at any point here. I think we're okay though, so let's play Deceit, looking at their hand. Okay, this is interesting. I think I'll take the Monstrous Rage. Nope, fine. Okay, well, despite that slight problem there with Omnath, which is just unfamiliarity with the cards. So we know we're playing an aggro deck, so we'll put in Basil, put in Healer of the Glade. Prodigy seems decent. Not sure we need Voice of Resurgence. They're probably doing most of their stuff at sorcery speed. Yeah, Wistfulness was reasonable there. I don't mind Vibrance, Deceit. Maybe Emptiness we can trim a couple of on the draw. Yep, this will do nicely. Healer of the Glade's a good 1-drop, and then Explosive Prodigy may well be able to kill something with 2 toughness on turn 2. If not, we can always Deceit instead. Life. Because Explosive Prodigy, if we still have Healer, it will, if nothing else, be able to kill Etchings of Kumano. No, okay, that Robber of the Rich is a bit too expensive for my blood. There's a Deceit. Robber's not bad here, actually, because they're going to end up stealing quite a lot of my stuff. I mean, they can't really use it. They're in the wrong colours, which is helpful. So I think I shall Deceit here. Let's have a look in their hand. I'll take the Reckless Bushwhacker. Burning Tree is a good draw. Okay, they're going to hit me hard here. Doesn't seem much point blocking while they have Trample. So I'll go down to 11. Play Starting Town. Play another Healer of the Glade. So yeah, Prodigy can kill a 2 toughness creature, but I think I'm just going to kill their Legion Loyalist. That's the more annoying of their cards. I'm still on 14 life, which is not nothing. Stop stealing my stuff. I'll triple block Robber of the Rich here. Alright, fair enough. I mean, I may as well play. I need something pretty good to get out of this. Cavern of Souls. So, let's game this out. So, I play Omnath. That takes me to 4. Technically, I'm not dead. So I think we should play it out, just in case. Okay, well, if I do survive this turn... Yeah, if they just whiffed for a turn, we might get away with it. Block there. Block one of these, take 3. Have nothing. Please have nothing. That's not nothing. That's a monstrous rage. Okay, well, not much you can do about that. Okay, so I'm going to put Emptiness back in. Take out a couple of Ashlings. Just have more interaction early on. Couldn't just draw nothing, could they? Had to be a flippin' monstrous rage. Well, I do get to be on the play, at least, this time around. It's all secluded courtyards all the time. Let's start with Deceit. Robber of the Rich is much less interesting here. So I think I'll take that Hexing Squelcher. Fine. Vibrance is also quite interesting, but I need my land drops now. It's not a land. Could I get a land, please? There's my land. Ah, what a shame. Well, it was the starting town, actually, so actually it's better to have drawn this way, because now I can Elemental, play Baser. And now I'm in a much better spot. Okay. So I'm definitely letting the 6/5 through. Am I? I suppose I've got to take out these Legion Loyalists, so we'll start there. And am I going to take 9? Looks like I probably am. So I need to take out that other Legion Loyalist now, so is it stopping my tokens from blocking? Okay, well I've got a lot of targets for that, if nothing else. So I'll kill the robber. Take action. Mental. I still don't think I need to attack. We're waiting to turn the corner here. So I live in terror of a monstrous rage. Okay, they've only got 1 card left, which is not nothing. And it's a coyote. Okay, fine. Right. So, Wistfulness can take out one of these. I don't have any way of gaining life. So I think... So yeah, I could Wistfulness... just hardcast it. I think that's fine. We'll do both. We'll exile an etching. Draw. Okay, Healer of the Glade's a good one, so we'll ditch a Deceit. Elemental. Gain some life. So there you go. I'll probably be fine now. Yeah. Whew. Okay, we got there. Up the elementals. Ooh, this sounds quite painful. Okay. Well, you can cast your spells as though they had flash. But I have a Voice of Resurgence, so I wouldn't recommend it. That doesn't stop me doing my thing, though. Okay, let's play Vibrance. I think we'll grab Cavern of Souls. Both as a painless land and also one that stops instant speed shenanigans. Okay, I'll just play Ashling here. Discard a Reef. And now I've got potentially plenty of mana to be casting big things. Mono Blue Devotion, is it? And a Jace. There's a lot going on here.
The multiverse deserves another piece in place.
Days Undoing, okay. Oh, this is wild. So I can't do Deceit things now, unfortunately. But I can get rid of their ley line, which I think feels the right thing to do. It stops them doing Days Undoing at instant speed. For now. They might have Narset, in which case this whole conversation is a bit moot, but... Oh, they're plotting.
I'm always
What's that? Sleep magic. Fair enough. Wow. They love it. Okay, okay. So I probably am just playing Deceit now. So, blue, blue, black, black. I shall bounce Jace. Take it from their hand. Remarkable behaviour, to be honest. Okay. So, I'll play Risen Reef. We'll start with that. The Opponent's deck is absolutely wild. I love it. Yeah, I'll play another Voice of Resurgence. Okay, well, I got plenty of colours on the battlefield. In fact, have I got all 5? White, red, yes. Okay, yeah, I'll just ditch a Vibrance here. Okay, well, they got plenty of cards in their hand. That's Prodigy. It doesn't feel like they're playing a lot of creatures, does it? Ish. I'll gain 4. Attack them 4. 2. Put Kahira in my hand. Well, Kahira grows all of my 0/2s. Ah. What is this nonsense? I kind of love it. I'm utterly baffled by it, but I kind of love it. I'm rooting for them right now. Shoot. They've done the thing. And they shuffled my hero away. Cheeky mares. Okay, it's hardcast Deceit. Stick Narset back in their hand. Oh dear. I'll take one of their Epiphanies.
I'll endure what I must.
Not really got a good answer to this because I've never seen it before. What am I doing? What am I supposed to do here? Interesting. Sort of mono blue whatever. How the heck do I sideboard against this? I'm not sure that I can. Their graveyard's not important. Damping Sphere is good against Nykthos, at least. So put that in. What else are they playing here? Jace's, Alwyn's Epiphanies. Sunderflock doesn't feel great. Healer doesn't feel great. As I said, I don't think their graveyard actually matters. Baser? Question mark? I mean, it's probably better than Prodigy. Well... yeah, let's get Damping Sphere into play. I'll go fetch a land with Vibrance, which I suspect will be Cavern of Souls. start reefing now. Okay, well, Narset means I can't draw.
Hone your prowess.
Okay. In which case, might just hardcast a Vibrance. So kill Narset. Go fetch another Cavern of Souls.
I still have much to learn.
Like, I could see the argument for why
Too much is at stake to just sit back. Let me think.
Deceit is better there, but I think really I'm playing Deceit now. So we'll bounce Jace. Okay, they don't have Days Undoing. Jace is a form of card advantage, so I'm going to take that.
Meditate and prepare.
Okay. Well, we're just about getting away with it for now, but... Okay. What do we do next? So they can stock up at instant speed. I think I'll start by attacking Narset so it can't activate again. Yeah, and we'll play Omnath. Okay, I like having Deceit here. I'll shock that in. We'll play Deceit. Yep. Yeah, it's either I take stock up or I take one of the cards you stock up, so this is the right play. Well, they've already got a Narset. I mean, it's 6 of 1.5 dozen another here, I suppose. Narset, stock up. They technically look at more cards if they stock up, so I'll take that. It's also harder to interact with. With Ottawa, they have just enough mana to Narset and Daze if they find it. Now they can't do that, so that's fine. So let's take out their Narset here.
I must train harder.
Now what am I doing? I could Omnath again. Expecting that they'll... Unfortunately, I don't have any interaction for their Narset, so even if they were to, say, play... Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do, though, because it forces the Narset out of their hand. They'll play it now to stop me drawing any cards. Yep. What do I do now? I could Wistfulness away their ley line. Does that help me particularly? They've got another one in their hands, not really. Just play another Damping Sphere and just massively tax everything they try and do. Wistfulness doesn't help very much. Yeah, let's Damping Sphere number 2.
Put thoughtfulness before action.
Okay, that's not Days Undoing. But they're looking at a lot of cards. Okay, I'll send these both at NASA. Do I want this again? Probably not. Well, let's start with a Wistfulness. I'll get rid of the Sleep Magic on my Deceit. I'm going to play another Voice of Resurgence. Okay, Deceit number whatever is good. Okay, well now, even if they do find Days Undoing, they don't have Narset, so... Okay, I don't love Elrond's Epiphany. Stop.
I have just the trick for this.
Well, it's not a Days Undoing, still. Okay, okay. What's next for me? Well, that's good. Okay, I need to get Narset off the battlefield again, so... I could just Deceit and get rid of it. I think that's probably a decent shout. So I'll start by attacking Jace. I'll play Deceit. Bounce Narset. Take Narset. Got 33 cards left in my library.
I'll find what I need soon.
What am I empty? I can't empty this anything, unfortunately. I can use it to just get rid of their birds. I think it's probably the right thing to do, so... One bird down. Got no targets is the thing. Well, yeah, let's go to combat. Let's send all of these at Jace. I'll just play Reef number 2. Well, I've got plenty of land. Stick it here in my hand. Oh, stop playing Jaces. Yeah, there's a stock up. So they're going to need something good here. I'm flooding the board considerably. That's a land. Okay, so I'm currently sitting on 17 damage. Get rid of the ley line. Discard Risen Reef. I think I'll just bounce the Quantum Riddler. Cool. Okay, game 2 goes to me. I still don't really know what I'm doing here. That seemed to work reasonably well. I suppose Ghost Vacuum... No, I suppose like if they do days, it stops the stuff going back into their library, but that is so tangential that... I do kind of love what they dubbed the place, though. Yeah, I'll keep Ashling as a way of just potentially getting some good stuff into play. So I'll start with Watery Grave, because Watery Grave gives me access to blue mana. Okay, Omnath's good. Okay, so Elemental, Ashling, discard, probably just starting town. Yeah, okay, Wistfulness is good.
Hone your prowess.
I mean, I might just get Dazed here straight away. So I could... Wistfulness doesn't really help. I can't play Omnath this turn. This is still just a 1-3. Yeah, I mean, this could just be the end, but if it is, we'll learn to live with it. Let's add blue. Can't Wistfulness, unfortunately. So we'll just play Elemental, play another Ashling. Now I need to remember I've got 2 of these floating around. So stick that in the bin just so I can bring back emptiness later, just in case anyone's going to tell me I shouldn't have done that. Which, you know, is a view I would sympathise with, but actually I think it's the right thing to do. Okay. Well, hopefully they're now done for the turn. Okay, well, Vibrance makes this a lot easier, actually, so I'll keep this one. Add a red mana, which I shall use to blow up their Narset.
You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
Then I could just destroy their ley line here. Or I could put Kahira in my hand. I think this is fine, actually. Let's just clear their board. It makes Nykthos worse as well.
Meditate and prepare.
Ah! Well, it could be about to happen if I don't draw something now. What could I potentially do here? So, if I add mana, I can do emptiness or wistfulness things. That doesn't really help. Yeah, well, they turned off my card draw. That's quite bad. Now, what have I got in my bin? Nothing that could help. I can't bring back Vibrance. Oh dear. Well, we'll make this blue. Can't play Kahira, fortunately. I could just play Omnath and then kind of just hope to have the biggest board possible for after they daze me. That doesn't feel great. Emptiness actually does a similar kind of thing. Yep. Let's do that. Let's hard cast emptiness with both. This time I won't do the thing. Yep, I've been dazed. Where were you, man? Okay, well, I'll add more blue. Decline. Play Damping Sphere. Stick Kahira in my hand. Take out Narset.
My mind needs a rest.
Here come all the various enchantments. Deal. Okay, base is not nothing. So let's add some white mana. Play base and draw a card. Whoa there. This deck is wild. Well, that's an Oran's Epiphany. I don't know what to tell you. It's the most Oran's Epiphany anyone's ever Oran'd. Am I going to try and redraw? I don't think so. Whoops. Oh, it's not an elemental. It's a cat. Well, that makes you think, doesn't it? Yeah, I forgot it's actually a cat. It's nothing to do with that. Decline. I was sure this would resolve, so I'll bop the opponent in the face. Grab a Cavern of Souls. I'm going to put Cavern on Cat, which is unusual, but I want to land my Kahira this turn. Yep, they can take a block, that's fine. So I get them to 7. 7 is not dead. I'll tell you who will be dead relatively shortly. This guy. Yep.
This would be easier. Out with the old.
Well, rather annoyingly there, they have... Well. Now we live in interesting times. So, if I were to deceit... See, I don't get that back, do I? This isn't like a... Oh, it goes to my hand, actually. I don't hate that. So let's bounce the Erasure. Take a sneaky peek in their hand. Okay, the hand's not brilliant, so I'm just going to take Days Undoing. Their Hall is active, unfortunately, though, so...
Let me think.
There, go away.
What am I missing?
Oh, I'm furious. Everything they've done. Yeah. Yeah. So this game, this match is... This is a long one. Very intense. Very close too, I think. Ultimately, what they've got going on is just a bit too much for all of my various elementals. They've been sleep magicked to oblivion here. The Cyclonic Rift. Ironically, I actually think that helps me a lot more than it hurts me. Because I can play Baser, which gets me some creatures. So I think that's a good start. I could just have a sneaky peek in their hand with Deceit, which I think I should do. So let's look at their hand. Take their Ashiok's Erasure. Then I'll play Damping Sphere again. Okay. This is certainly getting still more interesting. What have I got in my graveyard? Just an Ashling. Okay, well that can potentially come back with emptiness. What's this do? Until end of turn, whenever you cast a spell, copy it. Okay, fine. So, let's see. If they don't have anything, if I play Kahira, then I Vibrance their token. Don't think I can quite do it all, but I think we should start with Kahira. If I could somehow do Vibrance things twice. Because the thing is, if I attack, they'll just block Baser with their Haul, which doesn't really do very much for me. I could Vibrance Jace. Or I could just play Ashling. I don't know, there's a lot of choices here. I'm not thrilled about many of them. I think I might have to give them another turn. Can't let them ultimate with Jace, I don't think. Because if they hit like an Orin's Epiphany, then I'm just dead.
You won't break my resolve.
It's a from me. This Haul has been incredibly annoying the whole game.
Out with the old.
Now we got 3 cards I don't know about. And one of them's an Orin's Epiphany. Shocked and chagrined. Okay. Ooh, so close. Very close. Okay, that was a bit of an intense one, but we'll do one more run round with this deck as I'm quite enjoying it. I think this is a keep, but we will have to be a little cautious with the order that we spend our land, that we cast our lands in. Play our lands, rather. You don't cast a land. Just give us the option to emptiness on turn 2 if we absolutely have to. Commune with beavers, huh? Okay. Well, let's get Ashling rekindled into play. We'll discard. Will we discard? Don't really know what the opponent's up to, so let's hold our stuff for now. Okay. Well, Steam Vents gives us access to the flip ability. Okay, looks like another Gruul aggro deck, which seems to be popular today. Yep, fine. Probably fine. Okay, I'll flip that over. We'll add black mana to play an emptiness. Kill the Soul Scar. Just play another Ashling. Don't think we need both these lands, so let's redraw here. Play Starting Town. Now next turn we got the option of, well, Wistfulness I think is going to be good against Koi Steelcutter, so. Don't think I'm blocking, because they might have another spell. Yep. So I go to 7 here. 7's not a great... well, now I'm tempted to just play Omnath instead. So, if I add white mana here... Decline... Decline... Don't have any targets for emptiness, so maybe just Omnath. Yeah, Omnath is fine. Draw a card, play a land. And play another emptiness. Getting the Swift Spear. That'll probably keep us alive for another turn. Two lands. Okay, what have they got in their hands? I don't really care, so I'm just going to take this block. Yep, fine. I mean, I say fine, it's not amazingly fine, but we'll learn to live with it. Okay. So, we'll add green this time. Decline. That is the wrong mode. Absolute. Just like. You're just asking for misclicks when you play these elementals. Good. Well, that's a land, so I'll ditch the other Ashling. Play land, gain some life. Pass the turn again. Yep, these questing druids are going to keep growing. Very suspicious indeed. Okay, that's fine, I've got another. Got another Omnath. And a Wistfulness. Okay, that's good. So, we'll add green mana, decline, playing Omnath. Okay, well I can go and get a land with that, which I think I probably should, because I do need the life. I would like to be able to, obviously. Well, do I actually? So they've got Ramanap, which puts me on 3. But I could just kill the... Oh no, I've got lethal. It's good to think these things through. Cool. Okay, I think this is relatively simple sideboarding in that we want Baser, we want Healer of the Glade. I'll take out Ashling. I will trim a Emptiness and a Vibrance, I think. Actually, let's trim a Deceit instead of a Vibrance, as it is slightly cheaper. Wistfulness we want for Steel Cutters. Emptiness could be good in some situations, but yeah, I mean, this hand's got potential. So we'll start with Healer of the Glade. I think this hand's just got so much life gain, that's probably enough. Yep. That. It's certainly a creature that can die. Now, so I could Vibrance it away. Which would cost me a life. Yeah, I think that's fine, because Explosive Prodigy can potentially... do 2 damage to something next turn, which will probably be sufficient. Okay, so I go drop to 13 here. Now, am I just going to try... Let's see if there's a stick. Yeah, no stick, so let's just bop their Swift Spear. Say go. I won't attack this turn, actually, just in case I need to block something. Okay, well, at least it's not a Monstrous Rage. Now, actually, if I block, I go to 1 creature. No, I still don't get the fish, so let's not worry about it. Okay, Baser. They're probably not going to be thrilled that I've just done that, but... Little do they realise there's so much worse coming for them soon. Okay, well, Vibrance is decent, so I'll start with Healer. And let's Vibrance away their Soul Scar Mage. No, actually let's hit their Ember Heart because it's the source of card advantage. And we'll say go again. Kind of just waiting for the land to cast Wistfulness now. There it is. But I'm a patient man. So we'll Wistfulness, get rid of one of their etchings of Kumano, put that on the battlefield. I think we could lose Voice of Resurgence here. Now I will attack with Beza. Okay, that's not nothing. Let's see what they can hit off that. Ember Heart and land. Okay, okay. Well, this is a repeatable source of life gain. But I think Emptinessing is probably just the best play here. Kill their Ember Heart. Bring back Voice of Resurgence. Get an Elemental trigger. I'll attack with Wistfulness this time. Leave the Beza for blocking. Scream's not nothing. So, let's play Omnath. I'm amazed they haven't seen enough, to be honest, but Prodigy away there. Questing Druid. Play another Voice of Resurgence. Now they've seen enough. Okay, cool. So, what have we learned? We've learned that it can beat Gruul aggro. And that mono blue control is weird. That's what we've learned. Weird and grindy. But on the whole, a reasonable performance from a deck that is basically just one set. Yeah, these elementals continue to overperform, I would say. I think they're all... Emptiness probably feels like the weakest in this build, just because you're kind of just wondering what to do with it, and these... Yeah, the other three always seem to have things to do. I mean, the amount of good artifacts and enchantments in the format means that Wistfulness is usually good, and like the card draw is fine, even if that's the only thing you're doing. Deceit is probably the best of them, just on pure power level. Vibrance looked good there. Yeah, no, on the whole, these are powerful cards, complemented. I wasn't 100% convinced by Ashley, I have to say, but Prodigy was decent. Yeah, there's some good elementals in Lorwyn. That much we know, and that much we've proved. But apart from that, we haven't proved much else. Apart from the mono blue control is weird. So yeah, that is the deck. Deck list here, one more, and it's in the description, as usual. So let me know what you think in the comments. Bit of a long one because of that middle match, but hopefully it was entertaining. Certainly more entertaining to watch than it might have been to play. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, contribute to the coffee account if you can. And I'll see you next time.